Hello. How y'all doing today? As y'all can see, I'm in my workroom and I am going to talk to you guys about personal growth and development. So I am the kind of person that believes in always striving to be a better version of myself. And it doesn't matter what that looks like when I'm done, so much as it does that I put forth a genuine effort to try to make a difference to me. And I know that probably sounds weird because they're like, okay, if you're trying to grow, then why doesn't it make a difference what it looks like? Well, because to me, one of the first steps in um, self-improvement is trying. You know, a lot of people, they fail at a lot of things because they never even try. They are defeated. They convince themselves that they're not going to be a success. They condition their minds to believe that they don't deserve success or they don't deserve whatever it is that they want. And so as long as you take that first step, you're doing so much better than most. And so that's what this is all about for me. What are we talking about? I put out a video stating that I was going to be coming forward with some 6-week details of a 6-week challenge. Now, let me just say this before I get started. The 6-week challenge has nothing to do with me challenging you. The 6-week challenge has to do with me challenging myself. It's challenging myself to experience and achieve and strive for growth in different areas of my life. There are some things that I feel like I can be doing better financially. As far as, you know, saving and budgeting and things like that. I'm always focused on a lot of different things in my life, and so finances is one of them. So I feel like there's definitely some room for improvement in finances. So let's go back to the beginning. The 6-week challenge, because of the fact that I'm a health and wellness advocate, there are 6 different areas of health and wellness that I focus on. I do know based on my research that these are not the same areas for everybody. It just depends on who you are and what you believe in. For me, those 6 different areas is your medical or your physical health, your mental health, your nutrition, fitness, finances, and spiritual growth and development. Spiritual growth and development depends on what you believe in. Again, whether you believe in God, whether you believe you worship Buddha, whether you just believe in meditating, you know, whatever that looks like for you, you should always strive to continue to grow in that area. And so that's what this challenge is all about. I misstepped the first quarter of this year, and I promised that I wouldn't do that going forward. So now we have April, May, and June. That's the second quarter of the year, and this is where the challenge comes in. I could have started it in May. Again, I'm one of those kind of people that believe in I don't believe in challenging you to do something that I'm not doing myself. This is not about who can lift the most. This is not about who can run the farthest or run the longest or bike the fastest. It's not about any of that. This challenge has to do simply with one word: growth. You're challenging yourself to grow. So you want to grow from a medical standpoint. If you're a person that you don't normally go to the doctor, you don't keep up with your doctor's appointments, you don't focus on taking your medications the way that you're supposed to, then you can grow in that area. What does that mean? It means that you need to set up a schedule for yourself to make sure that you get your medication down. I struggle with taking medication on a regular basis. I have meds that I have to take every day, but sometimes I just get tired of swallowing the pills. Then sometimes, because I have arthritis, now it's been raining, you know, 3-4 days straight. Because of that, anybody who knows anything about arthritis knows when the weather changes, your body feels every bit of it. And it can be uncomfortable. It can be range from being uncomfortable to excruciating. It just depends. So from a medical standpoint, you know, go to the doctor, take your meds, whatever it is that you need to do to improve in that area. area. So for mental health, you know, one of the things that I believe in is journaling. Yes, you want to journal. I haven't journaled in so long, y'all. I used to be an avid journaler. I used to be a person who I always was writing down my thoughts and ideas and different things like that. And I want to get back to that. So one of the things that you also can do for mental health is meditation. I find it very difficult. I've tried a couple times, but I'm going to try something else. I'm going to try something different this time to learn how to meditate. And one of the reasons is because it's hard for me to turn my brain off. So that is an area that I want to focus on. So fitness, I've put out a couple videos linking you to a couple content creator channels on YouTube that deals with strength training, that deals with yoga, that deals with meditation, different things like that to help you heal your body from a fitness perspective. Nutrition, that's another thing. I've tried to bring you cooking videos and introduce you to people who have alternative eating styles. The word diet simply means how you eat. When you say I'm on a diet, everybody's on a diet. Everybody is on a diet. Whether your diet is a good diet or bad diet, a diet simply describes how you eat. That's it. That's all that word means. So whether you are a vegan, a vegetarian, if you are a pescatarian, flexitarian, whatever kind of tarian you want to be, or whether you're a straight up a person who eats some of everything, that is your diet. So one of the things that I want to accomplish during this time is to help people to shed the negative thoughts that come across, that come with what you believe the word diet represents. I want to help shed the negative connotation that the word diet carries, because at the end of the day, the way you eat is your diet. That is how it's not. Diet does not mean losing weight. Diet does not mean that. But if your diet is for weight loss, then you are on a weight loss diet. So let's help get rid of the negativity surrounding that word, because it causes people to be stuck. The minute you say diet, oh, they don't want to listen to you anymore. Well, you really should. So that's where we are with nutrition. We want to try to figure out how to this is not about weight loss either. Yes, losing weight would be a bonus. Trust me, it would be a bonus. But the nutritional aspect of what I'm trying to do is not about, the focus is not about losing weight. The focus of it is to heal your body through food. It's to heal your body through food, to teach you how to eat better, to teach you how to eat in a way that your body responds to it in a positive manner. If you're eating things that make you feel bad, then stop eating it. If you eat things and you notice you have more energy, you're vibrant, you sleep better, your thoughts are clearer, you know, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. You want to eat, you want to heal your body from the inside through your nutritional diet. Okay? And so as far as fitness, we just simply want to move more. I just mentioned arthritis. Okay, when I'm hurting and I don't feel good, I don't want to move, because the pain is sometimes I'm dragging my legs because I can't lift them. I don't want to move. But what I have to say to myself is, even if I'm not on the bike, if I'm not on a treadmill, maybe I just need to lay down on the floor, watch a video that helps me stretch out certain areas of my body, so that I'm helping the medication that I have to take work better, work faster, get my blood flowing and stretch the pain away. And maybe that's the thought process I need to have for myself, right? So that is through fitness. Again, spiritual health and well-being ties together with the mental health. Okay, and so we covered it: medical, mental, physical, or fitness, nutrition, medical, mental, fitness, nutrition, spiritual health and well-being, and financial. Those are the area of focus as a health and wellness advocate that I feel that, you know, my life focuses on, my self-improvement focuses on. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get set up on the bike, and we're going to go ahead and have a conversation about what this challenge, how this challenge lays out, what it's all about. And even if you don't want to challenge yourself the same way that I'm challenging myself, If you just want to follow along and the parts that pertain to you, pertain to you. The parts that don't pertain to you, don't pertain to you. You're not going to hurt anybody's feelings if you decide that you don't want to do everything that I'm doing. But I am going to provide you with resources. I am going to provide you with information that will help you to be the best, to be a better version of yourself. Whatever it is that you feel like you need, if you have questions, if you have suggestions, if you have concerns, you know, feel free to, when I post this on my community wall, feel free to post comments and, you know, leave me messages and things like that. That helps me know what resources that you need. If you see that I haven't provided a resource in a specific area of health and wellness that you're looking for, leave me a comment on the post. On the post, it's going to be on my community wall. Leave me a comment there, and I will do the research that it takes to provide you with that resource so that you can have all the tools that you need to be successful during this challenge. And again, I am not challenging you. You are challenging yourself if you decide to participate in this. I am challenging myself, but I am inviting you along to challenge yourself the same way I'm challenging myself, or to just figure out how to be a better version of yourself. So let's go ahead and get on this bike, and I'm going to take off my shoes. And today I'm just going to be 100% honest with you. I'm hurting. I think I need to slide up a little bit. Well, we'll see. I'm hurting, and I'm choosing to ride this bike, but I am not going to be pedaling fast. I'm not going to be behaving like I'm racing someone. I am simply trying to just move. Okay? I'm simply just trying to move. And so I figured, since I really wanted to do this, that I would also film, right? Why not? It's content. So I figured, since I wanted to talk to you about the challenge and I wanted to ride the bike, why not do them both at the same time and film it, and then that way we get all the information out there. Okay, so there are going to be some links that I put on my community wall, and it will explain everything that I am about to tell you now. So the first thing that you should know is that June is the last month in the second quarter for me. And because of that, and I know I said this is a 6-week challenge, I'm going to say this is a 30-day challenge. We're going to take it from the 1st of June to the last day of June. And then I'm adding up until the 8th of July. From the 1st of July to the 8th of July is going to be a reset week. And basically what this means is we're going to take inventory from the 1st to the 8th. We're going to take inventory of everything that we did during the month of June. And we're going to figure out what we need to do to readjust for the next quarter. So the next quarter is July, August, and September. So if you want to do the reset, you can do the reset. If you don't want to do the reset, then just do the 30-day challenge. So taking the 30-day challenge, the 1st through the 8th, as a reset, gives you your 6 weeks. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the 1st of July to the 8th of July to take inventory of everything that I did during the month of June. And when I figure out where I was successful and where I needed to, we're not going to use the word failure, failing, or failed. Okay? What we're going to say is, when I figure out the areas where I was successful and the areas where I still need to improve, those areas that I still need to improve, I will develop a plan for myself to continue working on those things for the next quarter. Okay? Y'all let me know in the comments if you follow what I'm saying. If you don't follow what I'm saying or you have questions, drop them in the comments, okay? So the 5 areas of fitness that I'm going to be focusing on, or the 5 types of fitness that I'm going to be focusing on for me, is I'm going to be working on strength training because I'm having some issues with upper body strength. Going to be working on aerobics so I can refocus my breathing, okay? I'm going to be working on balance, okay? That's yoga and some other things. I'm going to be working on coordination and agility. I'm going to be working on flexibility and mobility. Flexibility and mobility is extremely, extremely important the older you get, because of the fact that women suffer from osteoporosis and other diseases that impacts how and if we're able to move. It is so important to do things that feeds into the flexibility and mobility of our body, okay? So that's extremely important. I'm gonna have some channel links that I will list, and if I discover any more, I will add them as I come across. Okay, so the exercise equipment that I'm going to be using is the treadmill, this bike. I have some booty bands, some resistant bands, and my kettlebells. I thought about my kettlebell the other day, and when I was working on my guest bedroom closet makeover, I went to do something with my hands and realized that 8-pound kettlebell is going to be too heavy for me to do some of the things that I need to do, because I deal with lack of strength in my hands because I've had surgery on my hands to remove ganglion cysts. So this one came back. It's gone down quite a bit, but it has tentacles that wraps itself around the nerves in your wrist and basically strangles them. So sometimes you have a hard time gripping. And I had one in this hand too, but it didn't get as big as this one. But they had to remove them surgically from my hands. So now I deal with issues with my hands sometimes. The zones that I'm going to be focusing on is your total body, but I'm going to be breaking them out. Upper body, core, and lower body. I will not be doing upper body and core or any 2 zones in any one day. When I work out, I'm going to be focused on that particular zone, and that's it. So it doesn't mean that if I do cardio, it's always going to be on the treadmill, which is your legs, your lower body, okay? There are some cardio exercises that you can do that requires you to do it on your upper body, okay? Another area is nutrition. One of the things that I'm going to be focusing on, and let me stop right here, because what I didn't say to you was you want to create a journal or a diary, and you want to do that because you want to be tracking what you're doing. So if today you had a good day, you want to write that down. That ties into mental health. You had a good day. Why did you have a good day? What happened that, that made you feel like it was a good day? You had a good meal. Well, what did you eat? Write all of that stuff down, and don't write it down like a food diary. Don't do that. You write it down and you explain, oh man, I had the most beautiful piece of steak and it had the best flavor. One of the flavors that stood out to me was garlic and onion and whatever. I mean, you describe it in your journal why you felt like that was one of the best meals you ever had. Okay? The one day, I'm gonna tell you, and I'm better now, but I was not a huge fan of drinking water. But one day I had the best glass of water. Oh my God, it was so icy cold. And I believe it was like that, it was alkaline water, but I can't remember. Smart water might have been. And it was that Black Label, the alkaline water. And it was so good. Man, I had to stop myself because I was drinking that water so fast my stomach started hurting. But that's what I'm talking about. When you begin to um, write your thoughts down. You're not just writing in your journal, oh, today, Kelly made me mad, and oh, I just wanted to go off on her, and da 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 da. Don't only write down the negative stuff. Write down the positive stuff too. But you're writing it down from a perspective of you're telling your story. This is your story. And the reason you want to tell it that way is because there's a reward at the end. Okay? So let me get back. So, you want to make sure that you're documenting everything. And one of the reasons that I'm doing it is because my reward is going to be financial. Everybody does not reward themselves the same way. Some people might decide they want to have a piece of cake today because they did well, for the last 2 weeks, reaching their goals from a nutritional standpoint. For me, there are things that I want, and instead of robbing the household, so to speak, I want to earn them. I've already earned the money working for it, but I want to earn them from the perspective of, being able to spend the money, and, I don't feel guilty because this money was allotted for that. So what I'm going to do is, you can reward yourself. Now, this is what I'm going to do. You can, a penny, a nickel, a dime, a quarter, $1, $5, $10, $20, $100, right? So say, for example, I actually walk on a treadmill for an hour. If I choose that $1 is going for every minute that I walk on a treadmill is what I'm going to represent, then walking on the treadmill for an hour, I just earned $60. Okay? If I say I'm going to pay myself, reward myself 50 cents for every minute I am on the bike, or I can say for every calorie, maybe I give myself a penny for every calorie. Okay, you guys, I had to switch to my phone because my camera cut off. It said it was too hot. But anyway, so I can give myself a penny for every calorie that I burn by me riding the bike, right? So this is how I plan to reward myself. I'm going to set up a scale for me to know what am I earning if I walk on the treadmill, and what am I basing it on? Okay? Am I basing it on the calories burned, the distance, the time? I'm going to figure all of that stuff out for me. I'm going to do the same thing with the treadmill, because I told you I'm using a treadmill, the bike, the booty bands, resistance bands, and kettlebells. So obviously, the last 3 things are probably going to be earned based on repetition. Okay? So because I can't tell like how many calories I burn by using the kettlebell and things like that. So that's what I'm going to do for myself, is at the end of all of this, when I am doing my reflective week, when I'm doing my from the 1st through the 8th of July, and I'm going back over what I've done, because of the fact that I'm documenting this in my journal, then I'm going to know how many calories I burned during the month of June, how long, like what was the distance, what was the time, how many repetitions, did I make any improvements, did I give up, different things like that. I'm going to rate, and I don't get my reward until after the 8th, when I've had a chance to reflect on what I've done for the whole month. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I actually created a health and wellness journal, which is available on Amazon, and I can drop the link if anybody's interested. Drop the link in the description box of this video. If you're interested, I'll do that if you want to purchase it. Okay, otherwise, you can record it however you want. You don't need to go to the store and buy one of those fancy journals. It literally can just be like a notebook that the kids take to school. All you need is something to write on and something to write with. Okay? There's also going to be some mindful meditation and other links that I'll provide, right? The medical stuff for me is pretty easy. I just have to get better at being more consistent with taking my medicine. I'm taking my medicine every day, but there might be, I might not take all of it. You know what I'm saying? I might just take my blood pressure medicine, but I suffer from low iron too. So that's huge. I have to make sure that I get it down. They put me on a Super D, which is a vitamin D, because I take vitamin D every day anyway. But my vitamin D level was so low, they put me on a Super D for 8 weeks to try to get my vitamin D level up. And then I go back to taking my regular vitamin D. So I just have to be responsible and develop a more firm stance with myself to get because it used to be I would get up and just get it down right after I ate breakfast and just be done with it. But like I told you, some days it's hard. Some days it's very, very difficult to swallow the pills. It's like one day I had such a hard time. Same pills I take every day, but I put them in my mouth and I did the water like this, and I kept throwing my head back, doing like that because I couldn't get the pills to go down my throat. And when they finally went down, they felt like they was going down the wrong pipe, so all this water just came out, just spitting water everywhere. And I was sitting there like, like I almost died. But it was crazy. Why mentally I couldn't swallow them pills, I don't know. It took me 3 tries. 3 tries. That's a psychological thing. I had to tell myself, you being extra. Come on now. You do this every day. What's your problem? Sometimes you got to talk to yourself that way. So anyway, yeah. So then, like I said, I told you mental health. I already told you what I'm doing. I'm going to really be working on. The other thing that I'm doing for mental health is, and I can post this on my community wall too, or even in the description box of this video. I wrote up affirmations, and they're by the doors in my house. And they're not just for me, it's for anybody who comes in or out of my home, because I want them to see that and I want them to be encouraged. You need to speak life into yourself, even if you got people around you speaking death into your life, okay? You need to overshadow the negativity by constantly speaking life into yourself. I deserve, I am, I will, I can. You speak that life and that positivity into yourself even when nobody else is. Okay? Because then sometimes in life, you feel like all you got is you. And if that's the way you feel, you're going to have to find something inside of you that will push through the pain, push through the depression, push through the anger, push through the hopelessness, push through anything that shouldn't be in your I say this is your space, your personal space. Push through anything negative that shouldn't be in your personal space. Sometimes you have to dig deep for that, and you have to tell yourself, now look, I know it's bad. You go ahead and give yourself permission to cry. You go ahead and give yourself permission to feel whatever it is that you're feeling. Go ahead and give yourself permission. But once you're done, get up, wipe your face, blow your nose, and you figure out how you're going to keep it pushing. You figure it out. Because I promise you, a week from that time, a month from that time, a year from that time, you're going to look back and you're going to be like, Dad, in that moment, I thought I was about to be, I thought I was out of here. I thought I was done. But you standing there a week, a month, a year from that time, stronger than you have ever been in your life. And if you just keep doing that, all you have to do is just be consistent. You keep doing that. Yes, we're going to feel weak. Yes, sometimes we need help. Yes, sometimes we don't know what to think, what to say, what to do. We feel lost and confused. But you know why that is? You in this monkey. You human. You are human. You are subject to human emotion, whether you think you got it under control or not. You are human. And because you're human, it does not make you weak. It does not make you irrelevant. It does not make you a lost cause. No. It means that you are human, but you are still going. You are still going. I promise you, when you come out on the other side, baby, you're going to look so good. You're going to look so good because you're going to be glowing from the inside out. You feel so much better about yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Let's get back to this challenge. Okay. So there are 3 things that we are going to be doing for what I call mindful stretching.
Okay, this plays into your spiritual health and well-being and your mental health. You are to take 5 minutes, stand in the mirror. Do not sit on the edge of the bed. You need to see yourself. Stand in the mirror somewhere and look at yourself for 5 minutes. And if you say to yourself, man, you looking good today. Girl, you the bomb. OMG, you got it going on. You incur 5 minutes a day. I don't care whether you do it in the morning. I don't care whether you do it at your lunch break. I don't care whether if you do it right before you go to bed. But 5 minutes out of 24 hours, come on now. You deserve those 5 minutes. 5 minutes. It's called 5 minutes of self-encouragement. 5 minutes of self-encouragement. 5 minutes of self-encouragement. Stand in the mirror and toot your own horn. Yes, darling. Fabu, okay? Tell yourself you are the bomb. Tell yourself that you about to step out this house and be the best thing that this world has ever seen or ever experienced. Tell yourself that you are successful, you are loved, you are wanted, you are desired. Tell yourself whatever you will, but you do it for 5 minutes, okay? Next is 10 minutes of meditation. Again, I don't care when you do it, but do it. I am going to be trying so hard with this. This is from June 1st to June 30th. I am going to be trying so hard to do this. And one thing that helps me is the sound of rain. So I have these rain apps and the YouTube channels that I go to. And I'm going to try doing that at first. And if it's too distracting, I'll figure something out. But 10 minutes of meditation every single day. That's 15 minutes dedicated to you and you alone right there. Okay? It don't matter if you got a job. You got a 30-minute lunch. You get up in the morning. If you get up 15 minutes early, guess what? There's your 5 minutes of self-encouragement, your 10 minutes of meditation right there. Okay? 15 minutes before you go to bed. Whatever you got to do to work it out, work it out. The last thing is 15 acts of random kindness. 15 acts of random kindness. I said that wrong. Random acts of kindness. 15 random acts of kindness. That's for the entire month. You have to touch the lives of 15 different people. I don't care what you do. Whether if you compliment them, and you have to write all this down. You're not writing this down for me. You are not documenting this for me. You're writing this down because remember, at the end of your self-reflective period, after the 8th, you're going to be rewarding yourself. So if you only did one random act of kindness, then you didn't complete the task. And if you didn't complete the task, then your reward is going to reflect that, right? Right. And you can't plan it out. That's what random is all about, right? So don't be cheating. Don't be out there cheating. Okay? Watch me. No, I'm just kidding. Don't be cheating, because it ain't gonna feel good when you're cheating. You can't schedule this stuff, right? So however you decide you want to demonstrate your random acts of kindness and to whom you want to demonstrate it, do your thing. Do your thing. So I'm excited. And at the end of this, what you have to do first starting off is you have to sit down in your journal. This is May, 31 days in this month. By May 31st, you need to have decided what your goals are. Put down your 6 areas of health and wellness in your journal. Okay? Start off medical, okay, or physical. And then put whatever goals you have underneath there. I know the star of mine is making sure I take my medicine I'm going to try to set up a schedule because I really would like to get in the habit of doing it at the same time of day. So that's going to be one of the goals for me for medical. Mental health, you put down whatever it is, whatever goal that you have for yourself for mental health, whatever that looks like for you, okay? Nutrition, for me, is going to be trying to incorporate more iron-rich foods. My husband and I also have decided that we're going to eliminate beef and pork from our diet. We're only going to be consuming seafood and poultry. And that is because we noticed that beef and pork, we don't feel good when we eat it. So we want to feel good, and we're not impacted the way with chicken, with poultry and seafood, the same way we are with beef and pork. So we're going to be eliminating that from our diet. The other thing is I am doing really well with water, but I want to track and increase my water. I also want to eliminate certain types of sugar from my diet. Now, keep in mind, I'm not a person, I don't sit up and eating cookies and pies and cake and I do have a craving for candy every now and then, and it has to be the chewy kind, but if I eat too much of it, it gets stuck, and so then my stomach hurt. So trying to maybe whatever I crave for sweets, making it myself, so that I'm not eating as many processed type things. And keep in mind, I do a lot of cooking, so I don't eat a bunch of processed foods. Okay. I don't really cook with, the only seasoning I have that has salt in it is the sazon. Everything else is just powder. So overall, nutritionally, we're not doing bad, but I do know for a fact that there are some areas that we can improve. So we're going to be working on that. For finances, again, I do believe that I need to I've been working on some things, and I have been very successful in eliminating some of our debt. I did take a pause on that when I went on my cruise, and so now I really need to get back to it because I love what I see as far as the progress in that area. But also, my husband and I, we're on a path to retirement. We don't have a whole lot of time left before, we can retire. I mean, me specifically, we're not trying to retire before we can collect Social Security. If Social Security is even still around by the time we're eligible, we're old enough to get it. So with that being said, financially, the other thing that I'm doing, because some of the ventures that I went on, I participated in, some of the business opportunities didn't pan out the way I want them to. YouTube is nothing. This is something to keep me busy, and I've said that before, and I'm even about to cancel all my memberships and stuff like that. I'm canceling the memberships that I am paying into, and I'm going to be canceling the memberships that my channel offers, because I just feel like the people that join my membership, they're on my membership because I'm on their membership. So it's kind of a, you scratch my back, I scratch yours type of situation. And they do get recognition from my videos because their channels stay in my description box as the default part of my upload. But at the end of the day, I just feel like it's a waste of time, because I was telling Connection Rejection, hey Cindy, I was telling Cindy B that it takes me months, before I even get a check from YouTube, because my channel's not earning anything. So most of my money comes from memberships. So if I cancel memberships, I'll never get a check from YouTube, because the ad revenue on my videos aren't being watched. I got, the other day when I did the cruise video, I think it's like 200 and something views. I was like, oh my God, but I think that's because when you put Carnival in the description and in the title, it draws a certain type of attention. But I can't do that with all my videos. So just my regular everyday videos aren't really They're not getting many views. Am I okay with that? I don't care. I'm pushing out content because that's what I want to do. So, like I said before, I have a whole job, So if I decide today not to make a video anymore, it ain't no big deal. I'm not, I'm not going broke because I'm not getting any views on YouTube. So, but anyway, I don't know where I was going with all that, but we back. Yeah, so finances. That's what I was talking about. Yes, I talked about medical, mental, nutrition, finances, um, spiritual health and well-being. That ties into the whole meditation and everything too. I don't participate in organized religion anymore for a lot of reasons. It's not to say that I don't believe in God. It's not to say that, my faith is weak and all this other kind of stuff. But I mean, the way the world is right now, I don't have time for all of that because, man has decided to do some stuff in the church that I just ain't riding with. So I decided that my relationship with God has nothing to do with nobody else, not even my husband. My relationship with God is my relationship. So how I choose to connect with him is up to me. So, I don't need nobody else's permission to be saved. I don't need nobody else's permission to, represent him the way I want to. So anyway, and so the last part is fitness. Yeah, so my fitness goal is I want some guns. I used to have some strong arms, but they with I got tendonitis in my shoulder. My arm be hurting. So my fitness goal is to just become stronger. I want to be stronger. I don't, as I get older, some days I get up and I can't even stand up straight because of the pain in my back, But I also know, like I said, I have my apron and I really want to get my apron removed, but I've been looking at which is another medical goal for me. I've been looking at some non-surgical options for my apron, looking into cool sculpting, sculpting, a bunch of other stuff, but the amount of money they want you to spend to do this stuff, and it's not guaranteed to work, I would just fall over if I paid all that money and then looked at myself and I didn't see nothing different. So anyway, yeah, so that's pretty much about it. So I did way more than I thought I was going to. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to get up and I'm going to pause the video so I can bring you over here and show you my accomplishment, okay? Okay, so here we go. So we got 6.5 some miles, 7 miles is coming up. 6.6, 29, that's my odometer. I don't know what that means. 239, 240 calories burned. Yes, girl. Get it, girl. Go, Tony. Go, Tony. Go, Tony. Go, Tony. Let's see. My time, 31 minutes and 30 seconds. All right. Go, Tony. Go, Tony. Go, Tony. Get your ride on. Get your ride on. All right, y'all. I'm done being silly. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. If you're not already a member of the Fetch fam, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and download that app, scan my QR code, and get to scanning those receipts. You might as well take advantage of it. You're already spending the money. The receipts translates into points, the points translates into cash, and you can redeem that cash via store card or cash card, or you can donate to charity. Well, all right, we're going to go ahead and get out of here, but we don't do so without saying, love yourself, love somebody else, and until next time, y'all take care. Bye.